teacher, and in this video, I'm going to address your queries about phrases. Number one question has been asked by Debbie and Jean. How can we identify if it is a noun phrase or adjective phrase? We should always remember, in identifying phrases, we should know the pattern of the types of phrase and every type of phrase. For example, noun phrase, the pattern of the structure of noun phrase is pre-modifiers plus noun. Pre-modifiers consist of that, determiner or that, plus adjectives plus noun. And in adjective phrase, the structure is pre-modifiers plus adjective. The pre-modifiers in adjective phrase is adverb or adjective. For example, the very beautiful woman. This is an example of a noun phrase because it consists of determiner the. Very beautiful is the adjective phrase plus the head noun woman. Very beautiful is an example of an adjective phrase because of the head adjective, which is beautiful, and the adverb very that modifies the word beautiful. The adjective phrase could be inside the noun phrase. Like in this example, very beautiful is an adjective phrase which is inside the noun phrase. If you remove the determiner and the head noun, the words, the modifiers will be the adjective. Next slide, please. The number two question has been asked by April Rose and Ella May. Is it okay to have an adjective phrase within the prepositional phrase? Yes. Next slide, please. Example. Prepositional phrase on the long and narrow road. The structure of prepositional phrase is preposition plus adjectives or adjective phrase plus the object of the preposition or the noun. For example, on the long and narrow road, the preposition here is on. Then with the long and narrow road is a noun phrase. So it could be that the noun phrase is within or inside the prepositional phrase. If you remove the preposition on, the words here or the phrase here is already a noun phrase because of the head noun road. If you remove the head noun road and the preposition and the determiner long and narrow is an example of an adjective phrase.
The next question has been asked by Loris. How to identify quickly if it is a verb phrase or a verbal phrase? In identifying quickly the verb phrase, always remember that a verb phrase has a helping verb and a main verb. So helping verb, the auxiliary verbs or modals.
In verb phrase, the structure is helping verb plus main verb. For example, could have been helped. In this example, could have been is the modals, and the main verb is helped. Another example, is helping. Is the helping verb and the main verb is helping. And in contrast, there are three types of verbal phrases. To identify quickly the verbal phrases, the phrase starts with ing is a gerund phrase. And second is, the phrase starts with to is an infinitive phrase. And if the phrase starts with past or present participles of the verb, is a participial phrase. Next.
Everyone, I'm back. So, in my own understanding, questions 4, 5, and 6 have the same thought or the same idea you're trying to drive at. So, here we go. We have question number 4. Why do some phrases look like sentences? This has been asked by Lani. So, next slide, please. So, take a look at these two group of sentences. The first sentence, here we go, ringed with a chain link topped with razor wire. There should have been other ringed with chain link topped with razor wire. So as you can see, this group of words look like a sentence because it's quite long. But upon examining it, it is not a sentence, therefore it's a fragment. Why? A clause or a sentence has this rule, subject plus verb. Let's analyze this. Where is the subject in this group of words ringed with a chain link topped with razor wire? There's no subject, right? I hope you understand it. Ringed with chain link topped with razor wire, you have two verbs here. If you want to analyze, ringed and topped. You go deeper and you can understand that ringed and topped are just past participles. Therefore, this group of words in question number 1 is an example of a participle or participial phrase. Let's have number 2. These two words there is considered a sentence. Why? Because I is the subject, is the verb. Subject, verb. This is a clause, this is a sentence. This is not a fragment. This is a complete sentence. Again, it has a subject and a verb. In contrast, number 1 doesn't have the subject, doesn't have the verb. Okay, can we have the next slide, please? So, here we go, number 5. What is the difference between a clause and a phrase and how can we identify them? Again, a clause, subject plus verb. If one is missing, it's not a clause. What is a phrase? Phrase, we have a lot of types there. Just go over them. Again, a clause. Remember the structure? Subject plus verb. Number 6 is a phrase considered a sentence. Again, it's a fragment. Because a phrase doesn't have the pattern subject plus verb. So I hope it's clear. Here we go. I think this is the last slide for the first presentation. So sentences 1, 2, 3 are called imperative sentences. You might ask, where is the subject? The subject in all the sentences, except number 4 of course, is the imaginary subject you. So you have there, you go, you close the door, 3, you get lost. But again, in English, we simply delete the imaginary subject you. For number 4, you might ask, is there the subject? What about cat? Is it? In English, we call there the introductory subject. A cat is the real subject. The verb is. Therefore, all of them are not fragments but sentences. Because we follow the pattern subject plus verb. Okay? That's it. Okay, bye-bye.